Greetings citizens of the world. Susan Rice's description of a meeting between her, Obama, James Comey, Sally Yates and Joe Biden in her newly released email may have just landed Comey in a world of trouble. Comey never disclosed this meeting to the Senate during his testimony last June, which now may land him back in the hot seat to answer for why he didn't disclose this meeting and offer more details on what was said. A newly released Inauguration Day email in which Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice detailed the meeting with the outgoing president, James Comey and others is raising new questions for the former FBI boss, considering he never mentioned such a sit-down in Senate testimony last June. In his opening statement at the time to the Senate Intelligence Committee, Comey downplayed his meetings with then-President Barack Obama, contrasting them with the numerous conversations he had with President Trump before his firing. "I spoke alone with President Obama twice in person, and never on the phone, once in 2015 to discuss law enforcement policy issues and a second time, briefly, for him to say goodbye in late 2016, Comey said in his written statement. Yet Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley, Republican Iowa, and Senator Lindsey Graham, RSC, earlier this week released an email Rice sent to herself on Inauguration Day 2017, detailing an Oval Office meeting held January 5 with Obama, Comey, then Vice President Joe Biden, then Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates and herself. The meeting apparently concerned the Russia investigation. President Obama began the conversation by stressing his continued commitment to ensuring that every aspect of this issue is handled by the intelligence and law enforcement communities by the book, Rice wrote. The president stressed that he is not asking about, initiating or instructing anything from a law enforcement perspective. He reiterated that our law enforcement team needs to proceed as it normally would by the book. The Daily Caller first flagged the potential discrepancy with Comey's Senate testimony. Technically, the Rice email does not outright contradict Comey's testimony. He said only that he met alone with Obama in 2015 and 2016. The January 2017 meeting involved multiple officials, but it's unclear why it would go unmentioned. In a letter pressing Rice for an explanation of the email, Grassley and Graham posed several other questions regarding Comey's role in the meeting. Specifically, they asked whether Comey mentioned potential press coverage of the controversial anti-Trump dossier and whether he described the FBI's relationship with dossier author, former British spy Christopher Steele. In a recent memo, House Intelligence Committee Republicans said the dossier was critical in the application for a surveillance warrant against Trump associate Carter Page. Democrats say that memo is misleading and are pushing to release their own version.